Are you worried about it flooding? Because this is the heart of the city right here.
Well, it is the heart of the city, and it's primarily protected, of course, by that wall right there, and that, it would take a failure of that wall, I think, before this would really be at risk. What we're really concerned about, though, is that high river stage raising the water level back where the lake is, and then if that got topped, because that level of protection is not nearly as high as this, if that got topped, that water is going to flow throughout the city, and it really won't be held within a particular compartment of the city, so it does put this at risk. We're an island. We're surrounded by, we got the river on one side, and both our eastern boundary and our southern boundaries, the river, and the northern and western boundaries, the lake.
So this water threat surrounds you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you can see it's just starting to lap up under the planks of the bridge, so under the planks of the wharf, so the water is just now getting here. It'll be water all the way. Of course, it'll touch this wall, and it'll extend all the way to that wall over there. Those buildings right there that you see across the way in Berwick, those will be underwater.
It's just a staggering amount of water, isn't it?
It is. When you look at it from this perspective, and like I said, our people, and nor has anyone else seen anything like this, not here, not in this spot.
You're confident about these walls holding up?
I have to be, yes. Have to be.
And if for whatever reason they fail?
Total catastrophe. There's this entire city would flood without a doubt.
Are you angry that they're opening up the Morganza spillway?
Am I angry about it? Not really. I think we all lived with the idea that, hey, this is we know this is the potential. This is what this whole floodway system is for. I wouldn't want to live anyplace else, but that's part of what comes with it. I think where the anger comes in and the frustration comes in, there are always certain things that you wanted to have seen done to better protect your citizens, and for whatever reason, they don't always get done.
Does this boil down as to a decision between, do we let cities like Baton Rouge and New Orleans potentially flood, or do we flood a smaller Morgan city?
I think to some extent that is exactly the case, and I don't think they ever look at it on an individual level, but certainly this is a floodway. It is built as a floodway. That decision was made way back in 1928 in the 30s and all of those after the 27 flood. This was the design. So from that perspective, that's what it's here for. It's here to provide that relief valve for the river. But I think they looked at population areas and said, okay, hey, this is a lot of people that live on this one, and it's a major, it's been providing commerce for the nation since its founding, I guess since the nation's founding. So, hey, that's going to keep going. This one right here is going to be the outlet for it. In 1 week, you go from 8 foot to 12.5 foot. It's kind of hard to anticipate that kind of jump or that kind of error or that kind of miscalculation or that kind of miscommunication. But that's one of the things that has left me with some frustration and some difficulties in trying to deal with those numbers.
And that's really just a hard time getting a handle on what you're dealing with.
Getting it exactly, because we're making plans based on one thing, only to find out, hey, it could be a whole lot different. And
I assume you have to anticipate that's going to continue the next couple
absolutely,
weeks.
Absolutely.
This is where the water level reached in 73.
73, yep.
And this is part of the wall that held it back.
That's correct.